And what I'm going to share are grounding skills that literally help you feel more grounded. So the first is 4x4 breathing. When we are anxious or upset, we very often breathe shallow. We breathe rapidly. And in 4x4 breathing, we teach that you inhale for 4, you hold for 4, and you exhale for 4. As you're inhaling, it can be really helpful. You can't see me now, but to put a hand on your stomach and feel your stomach inflate as you're inhaling, feeling it as you're holding, and then feeling it as it's deflating. And with 4x4, a message is literally being sent to your brain to slow down. You're safe versus that fight or flight. As you are counting, you're paying attention to the counting and giving your brain a break from intensive or intrusive thoughts. And this is true for all of the skills that we teach, as they are based in mindfulness. And mindfulness at its core is being in the present moment, like literally be where your feet are. The second skill is the 5 senses, which you can imagine is using your 5 senses. It can be through mindful eating. It can be listening to a certain type of song. Smelling something in the kitchen that's enjoyable or comforting is another way to be mindful. We often like to use skills and be prepared. We like to be proactive with our families. So one thing that you can do, and this is any age, I've done this with children, adolescents, young adults, is make a coping skills bag. So you don't have to order anything on Amazon. You should have all of it in your house. And you can take something that's tactile, a fidget. You could take a photograph of a favorite place, a favorite vacation place. You could put a mint or some kind of little small wrapped candy in the bag, and then going through. I think you get the general idea, but making the coping bag ahead of time is key, because that way you can use it in the moment versus trying to figure out when either you or your kids are in distress. And this is something maybe with younger kids that you're doing as a little bit of a project, which I think kids are really enjoying. Any kind of projects these days, as well as parents who are doing projects with their kids. ABC mindfulness is pretty self-explanatory. You go through the alphabet, taking a category. So for example, it could be food, it could be a vacation places, and you go through apples, bananas, cantaloupe, and you'd be surprised how interactive that can be. Kids can do it on their own, or they can do it with someone, and sometimes the categories are really, really creative. The last skill I want to share is TIP. One of my favorites. So T stands for temperature change, holding an ice cube, taking a warm shower, drinking a cup of tea. I stands for intense exercise. Intense means 60 seconds of a wall sit or a plank, which I'm not going to demonstrate for you right now, but something I always enjoy doing. It can be intense flavor, can be something very sour or something salty. And the P is for progressive muscle relaxation. So it could be a tense and a release starting from your head and moving down your body. It can also be a push, pull, and a dangle that you would do like on the arms of a chair or the seat cushion of a chair. And again, like all of these skills are just designed to help ground you, to give your brain a little bit of a break.
Roz, can I jump in for just 1 second here? Yeah. For those of you who have teenagers, especially teenage boys, who may roll their eyes and scoff at these coping skills, many of you may have noticed or watched the documentary about the Bulls, The Last Dance. It's out now on ESPN since there's no basketball. But Phil Jackson actually was widely known for having practices with his players where he would make them all breathe together. So he used mindfulness, and only the best NBA coach ever. So if they don't believe you, have them look it up. And so this is the real deal that's used in sports. For those of you who actually follow golf, there's many golfers who said that I couldn't win a championship until I knew how to breathe. So this isn't just in the therapy world. That may give you some street cred with your adolescent teenagers who think that these coping skills won't work at all or don't apply to them.